Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm going to dye a side Hemostat Mandala shirt. I've already tied the shirt and I don't know what happened, but somehow I didn't get the recording part of the tying. I do have several other videos out on my YouTube channel though, which show how to fold a mandala. And for this shirt, instead of making the middle of the mandala in the middle of the shirt, I placed the center of the mandala on the side of the shirt. Then as you can see in the video above, I placed the hemostats on the shirt with the curved portion going down toward the center of the mandala. And I alternated placing hemostats on each side of the shirt. Then I allowed the shirt to dry out completely so that I would get better color saturation in the center of the mandala. I have more information about that topic out on my tie-dye blog, which is on my website. There's a link below in the description for this video to my website if you're interested in reading more about that. Right now I'm making an ice barrier around the shirt and I'm using some silicone cake molds and wooden clothespins. For the part in between the hemostats, I'm going to put a silicone cake mold up close to the shirt and then hold the cake molds together with some wooden clothespins. For the larger portion of the shirt, I'm going to wrap the silicone cake molds around that area and then hold them up close to the shirt by attaching the wooden clothespins to my metal rack. Sometimes you just kind of have to get creative in making ice barriers. Use what you have around the house or use what you can find that will kind of mold or fit around the wonky shape of the shirt. I have some new Happy Cat tie-dye colors that I haven't ever tried before, so I'm going to use a couple of those on this shirt. Because the shirt is completely dry, I've placed some soda ash down inside of a squirt bottle and I'm going to mist the very top of the fold just so that the dye will stick to the top a little bit better and not fall off. So when you're looking at this shirt, I kind of have a top row of hemostat sections and I have a bottom row of hemostat sections. In the top row, I'm going to place purple colors, and in the bottom row, I'm going to place blue colors. So whenever I unfold the shirt, the purple and blue are going to alternate on the shirt. So I'm going to have a row of purple areas and then a row of blue and so on. So in the very center of the mandala, I'm going to use Snozberry from Dharma, and that was a special muck dye color. It's no longer available. I'm also going to place that in the very last section on the purple side. Then I'm going to use Deep Purple and Hydrangea from Dharma Trading Company, followed by Iris from Pro Chemical and Dye. Then in the bottom row, or the blue areas, I'm starting with Baby Blue from Dharma Trading Company, followed by Blue Suede from Happy Cat Tie-Dye, and that's one of the new dye colors that I got in from Happy Cat. So I'm excited to try it on this shirt. Then I'm going to use Alpine Blue and Blueberry from Dharma Trading Company. I did a little bit of switching on my colors once I got in the middle of applying the dye. In the area just outside the hemostats, I'm going to place a line of Velvet Orchid from Dye Spin. Then for the remaining area of the shirt, I'm going to use Good Berry from Happy Cat Tie-Dye and Blue Pervinca from Dye Spin. I'm starting with the Blue Pervinca and doing 3 lines of that color going diagonally across this remaining portion of the shirt. I don't know whether placing the lines diagonally is going to make a big difference, but I just thought I would try it. In the remaining areas, I'm going to add the Good Berry from Happy Cat. And that's the other new Happy Cat tie-dye color I'm trying on this shirt. I'm going to add an additional sprinkle of soda ash over the top of the dye and then add on some ice. I'm going to use up some odd and end pieces of ice that I have in my freezer, so some of them are pretty big chunks. But this is a pretty thick fold, so it's not really going to matter. After I placed the ice on the shirt, I put this shirt aside and allowed the layer of ice to melt. After this first layer of ice melted, I still had some undissolved dye left on the shirt, so I placed a second layer of ice. After the second layer of ice melted, I went ahead and added a thin third layer of ice and then placed the shirt outside to allow it to process in the heat. I placed a container lid on top, just kind of laid it on top of the silicone cake molds to keep the direct sun off of the shirt. It's been a little over 100 degrees here, so I wanted the heat to make the colors really nice and vibrant, but I didn't want the direct sun on the shirt and I didn't want it to dry out. After all the ice melted, I allowed the shirt to process probably about 12 hours outside in the heat. Then I took it to my utility sink and I began rinsing it in cold water to rinse out the soda ash. Then I untied the shirt and took the hemostats off the shirt and warmed the water up to hot and continued rinsing in hot water to rinse out the excess dye that didn't bond with the fabric. After rinsing in hot for a little while, I went ahead and ran some really hot water in my utility sink, added a little bit of blue Dawn dish detergent to the water, and just allowed the shirt to soak. When the water cooled off, I changed it out and I continued that soaking process until my water was remaining almost clear. Then I put the shirt along with some Dharma's professional textile detergent into my washing machine and I washed it using a hot water cycle. Okay, so I've washed, dried, and ironed the shirt, so let's see what it looks like. Okay, so what do you guys think? I think this one is really pretty. I think this is the first time I've ever done a Hemostat mandala on the side. I've done just a regular sinew-tied mandala on the side, but I don't think I've ever done a hemostat before, and I think it looks cool. I'm so sorry that I didn't get the full process of folding the shirt and placing the hemostats on the shirt on this video. I promise I'll do another one so that I have it all together in one video. But what do you guys think about the blue and purple together? And what do you think about the two new Happy Cat tie-dye colors that I used on this shirt? So I used the blue suede, and that color is kind of the more denim looking color that's on the shirt. And then the good berry is the purple color, which is in the main body of the shirt, which I think is really pretty too. Remember, I paired it with the blue pervinca, so the blue part that you're seeing is that color. The more reddish purple right outside the mandala is the velvet orchid from Dye Spin that I added. I like to add a darker color right on the outside when I do mandalas because I think it kind of makes the mandala look a little bit more 3D. I'm not sure it has quite as much effect on this shirt just simply because of where the mandala is placed. And there's not a lot of that color showing up toward the top part of the mandala. When I folded the mandala, I went ahead and used a washable marker to mark like where the neck of the shirt was. And I went ahead and took my hemostats out a little ways, but I didn't take them all the way up to the neck of the shirt. But if you'll notice, part of that mandala goes onto the sleeve of the shirt because I didn't place the center of the mandala right in the center of the shirt area, like between the bottom of the sleeve and the hem. I moved it up just a little bit. I think that's a little bit more flattering to wear than when a mandala starts like right in the middle of that sleeve to hem area. And I think having that mandala kind of continue on into the sleeve area looks really interesting. I mean, I think it's cool. I tried to put some folds in the body of the shirt too. I just kind of fan folded that area that was left over. So that's why you see a little bit of dimension in that part of the shirt. So overall, I really like this shirt. I think it turned out looking really pretty. Love the colors, love the design, love it being on the side like this. But what do you guys think? Please drop me some comments down below and let me know. And I promise I will do another one that has the whole process. But if you guys have enjoyed at least watching me dye this one, I sure would appreciate it if you would like it and if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you'll click the bell, you'll receive a notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.